everybody. How are we all doing? I hope we're doing well. If you're joining us live, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you. How's our days all going? If you're joining us after the live, then just skip 2 minutes forward and we'll get straight into the action. How are we all doing, guys? It's a Wednesday morning. The hump week. I'm glad to be joining you today. I hope I can give you that much needed motivation, that much needed entertainment to power you through the rest of the week. Got a lot to be talking about. Some hope as well. Ligt news. Very excited about that. How are we all doing today, everybody? How are we all doing? Got Ligt news to break down. We're going to be talking a little bit about Harry Maguire. A little bit about Luke Shaw as well. Some Joshua Zirkzee news. Good morning, Sonny. Good morning, Lachlan. How are you all doing, guys? Give it a minute for some people to filter through. I hope we're all having a good day. Summer's nearly upon us. I mean, it's July and it's still dreary in the UK. Hopefully I can any of my UK followers, UK watchers, bit of happiness, bit of joy in this rather damp day. Give it one more minute. Shall we get into this, everybody? I think we've got enough of you in here now. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MPB Morning Show. I'm your host, Alex, at Alex Talks All, and Manchester United might be launching our second bid of the summer. But this time, not a bid for Branthwaite, but a bid for a flying Dutchman. If you're excited for that and all the latest analysis on the news regarding Ligt, then leave a like on the video and smash that subscribe button. We're aiming for 5,000 subscribers in the month of July. And as usual, get involved in the chat down below. It is a family, it is a community on the MPB Morning Show. I want to hear your opinions and your thoughts. But first, we're going to be kicking off with some news and a report from Ben Jacobs, a regular on the channel and a good friend of the MPB Morning Show. Ben Jacobs reported on Ligt that initial talks between Manchester United and Bayern Munich about Ligt are framed around a £34 million package. De Ligt, here we go soon to sunny Milan. Well, it certainly seems to be the case with this sort of news. Framed around is a really fun report to hear because it means there's a lot of negotiations occurring. You see, with the Jared Branthwaite news, you won't hear words like framed around. You won't hear words around packages. It's 65 million, 70 million. That's the sort of they won't budge on that. There's no sort of nudges they're going to budge. It's just 70 million flat. The idea that it's being framed around, those words are really important. It means negotiations are actively occurring. £34 million package, by the way, that is an absolute steal. So I'm going to list off some names who have been bought for £40 million, who I see as bargains. And they're going to read you some names that have also been bought for £40 million, who are not. In recent years, Bruno Guimaraes, Alexis McAllister, Lucas Paquetá and Mohamed Kudus have all been bought for around the £40 million mark, but all of them have had like 5, 10, maybe even £15 million worth of add-ons. But here are some other players who have been bought for £40 million recently. Yuri Tielemans, a washed-up Lewandowski, Mateus Nunes for Manchester City, Ian Martson to Villa, Harvey Barnes to Newcastle, Kalidou Koulibaly to Chelsea, and Joelinton all those years ago to Newcastle. Chat, Ligt is a 24-year-old, 6'2", 6'3", physical monster, former Juventus captain, current Bayern Munich player, and we're getting him for £34 million. Chat, is that a bargain? Is that one of the best pieces of business we've ever done as United? The more I'm hearing around this £34 million package, remember, not even just £34 million all included. I think it'll be a little bit more, to be honest with you. That's £34 million straight up. That's the total package, which to me is insane. Hopefully here we go today. I don't think so. I think it'll maybe be a day or two. I did say the 3rd of July, but we'll see. Isn't he injury prone like Varane, says Sayege? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Never seen you here before. Hope you're enjoying it so far. No, he's not. He has a shoulder injury, being his own major injury. But the way I see it with Ligt, he has been in and about some really quite dysfunctional structures. And that stems down from the very top to the bottom, the coaching staff, the ownership, like the director of football, things that which United are fixing, Juventus and Bayern Munich have been lacking in. And typically when there's a poor structure, the medical department isn't as good as well. I think that's what's happened with Ligt. I think he's been rushed back in. I think he's been used in far too many different ways. I think he's had a lot of small niggly injuries. That doesn't make him injury prone. I just think he's being I just think he's being ran into the ground a little bit, especially at Juventus. He was rushed back in at Juventus. He had a big shoulder injury at Bayern, which shouldn't be reoccurring. So I don't think he's injury prone, my friend. Good day, Basnet. I hope you're doing well. Not like Varane, he is more consistent. Yeah, I think he is. And you know what? I think he is the ideal Raphael Varane replacement when it comes to character, when it comes to experience. This man has led backlines, led defenders at Juventus and at Bayern Munich. He is the youngest ever captain of Ajax. I was talking very recently about losing Casemiro, losing Raphael Varane, and needing that experience. De Ligt has bled from his head dripping down him. He looks like a gladiator on that football pitch. Remember his connection he had with the Ajax fans, the Ajax ultras. Remember that rapport he had with them. God, it was amazing. That's the sort of thing I want in my football club. He is a cultural fit for Manchester United. The Stretford end is going to adore that man. I'm always sceptical. Why would Bayern accept that? I just don't think he'll fit in Vincent Kompany's plans. To be honest with you, I don't think he's going to fit in Vincent Kompany's plans. To be honest with you, I think he wants to come to United. We're hearing all these reports. We're going to get into this. How much he is desperate to join Manchester United Football Club. He wants to come, and we're going to get into that very, very soon. I'm not sure if it's £34 million, £42 million, or £50 million. What is it? It's called negotiations. It's called negotiations. So we're going to go into what I think it's going to be very soon. Can Anthony leave? Well, you know what? We're not going to really talk about that today, but I'm going to say at the moment at £34 million, De Ligt would cost a third of what Anthony cost us, which to me, it's insane. Simon Stone came out with a report saying Manchester United believe they're making progress in their attempts to sign Matthijs de Ligt. So that seems like quite a vague statement. A very vague statement from Stone. But remember, he is a club source. So anything about him saying Manchester United believe, Manchester United think, he is possibly one of the biggest authorities on that subject. I'd say there's very few men who are probably more knowledgeable about the club itself than Simon Stone. And the fact that he's saying they're making progress, I mean, it tells me that they're renegotiating really, really well. Progress means we're going to get closer to a solution. With the Everton deal, flat out rejection. But United and Bayern Munich are in constant direct talks at the moment. There seems to be a pretty good relationship there. And we are constantly talking to them and making progress. I think we're lowering the price down. I think we're bringing De Ligt's price down from the £65 million. I think it could reach as low as £45 million. That's just my opinion. Update on Ugarte, personal terms agreed. A quick update on Ugarte for those who missed yesterday's stream. Manuel Ugarte is a man who we're going to get the deal done first. We're going to agree a fee probably, and then move into personal terms. Matthijs de Ligt, I think it's basically at the same time. We're going to get to his personal terms very, very soon. Here we go soon, says Jay Walsh. Chat, I want to ask a question to all of you. There's 57 people in the chat right now. Ask you all a question. When do you think Matthijs de Ligt will sign, or will get a here we go for United? Because to me, it's pretty much a certainty at this point. Graham Bailey on the mufcMPB channel. Check it out from yesterday. It's the only piece of news I'm going to reveal to you lot. He said Manchester United scouting department really liked De Ligt as a player and a person. This is really interesting. The two really interesting parts of this is the scouting department. We'll start with that first. Recently from The Athletic, this morning, came out a report that, look, Erik ten Hag has a veto, but so does the scouting department. They have to coexist. We have to work in tandem. They have to work in tandem. But the fact that the scouting department have recommended him, by what it seems like, and Erik ten Hag's gone, yes, please bring this man to me. Please, immediately. Give me Matthijs de Ligt. Again, it shows this harmony, this Ineos Erik ten Hag era is working in full force, and it's working well together. And that's really, really, really promising. I remember The Athletic reported today that there's not a scouting department that can touch ours. Again, the phrase, we're Manchester United, holds true to this day. We are the biggest club in the world. We have the best facilities. It's about using them. And this gets me more excited when I hear things that The Athletic have. The Athletic say we have the best scouting department in the world, and they recommend De Ligt. Any doubts I have about them, gone. Any doubts I have about Matthijs de Ligt is gone out the window, because I've been watching more of him. and I'm liking what I'm seeing. That man is an absolute monster. I think today we get a here we go. After Euros, I'm guessing next Tuesday. That's very specific, Jay. That's very specific. Probably after his Euro campaign ends, we'll see. We'll see. There are clips of Ligt firing up the Ajax crowd. We need someone with this personality in the team. Chat, remember when I spoke about Thomas Tuchel and how much I sort of got behind him and his energy, his passion? That's Ligt. Him making a sliding challenge, battering into, I don't know, say we come up against Haaland at City and Ligt sort of goes straight to him. That sort of energy, that passion, yeah, that's what gets me going as a United fan. This is Old Trafford adores players like Scott McTominay, adored players like Fred, adores players like Bruno. Every single game I've been to at Old Trafford, the loudest chant is Bruno, Bruno, Bruno. It echoes around Old Trafford. For 90 straight minutes, it's all I hear. Because he runs hard, because he gives his all for the badge. Matthijs de Ligt is going to do that. And look what Graham Bailey says as well. They like him as a person. A player, he's great, but you want that mentality. You want that sort of that desire to leave it all on the pitch for the badge. That's what I really am liking about de Ligt. More and more about the player, sure. Maybe he has some limitations on the ball. Not many, but maybe some. Maybe he is not the best wide channel defender. Sure. But you can really get to the nitty gritty of that later. But what should always come first is what is he like as a person. And Matthijs de Ligt, he is a great, great person. He is Manchester United personified. It's a shame to say we have the best scouting considering some of our big money signings, but look at who we've had as our structure. John Murtough, apparently, the Athletic report said that he likes the scouting report's eloquence. That he wants it to read like poetry almost. That's like sort of what I'm inferring from it. That Joel Glazer would read them every Monday. And it just doesn't really make sense to me. The structure that Manchester United had under the Glazers would be... No. It was abhorrent. It was a mess. The more I looked at it, the more I backed Murtough, the more I backed Arnold. I still think Arnold was good for the club. But John Murtough is not a man who I backed at the time, and I regret backing. I really do. Because at the moment, the way we're moving, the way we're targeting players, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. How many signings do you think go on the pre-season tour? I think 3. I think we get Ugarte, de Ligt, and maybe not Zirkzee because of his involvement in the Euros, but we'll see. I think we should make 4 signings. I think we'll make like 4 or 5 at the moment, especially when we get some outgoings going. Pardon me, chat. Let me go, chat. How high do you place personality as a factor for signing a player? How high does it come in your sort of considerations? Let me know. Jar Marman, we don't want emotional fools like Casemiro anymore. We need proper footballers. I'm sorry, you need that emotion. It's Manchester United Football Club. Biggest club in the world. We are backed with characters like Eric Cantona karate kicking a Crystal Palace fan. Roy Keane, who would lose it on the pitch. Ruud van Nistelrooy, who would scream at Cristiano Ronaldo. A future GOAT for doing too many tricks on the wing in training. Like, who in the modern era, the best and biggest players have been the Paul Pogbas, the Enigmas, the Jesse Lingards, the dancers. You need those sort of enigmas, those characters at Manchester United. It's what we're built on. You need them. I think you can't have players who will think of themselves over the badge. You need players who will give their all for the badge. And I think Casemiro at times thought he was bigger than the club. And he thought he was doing the club a favour. No. You have to always be giving your all to the club. Always. Respect Casemiro to Sosa? Maybe. He did a lot for the club. More than people realise. What about outgoings, mate? We'll get onto that very, very soon. Let's move on to the next bit of news by Fabrizio Romano. At times, he has been Matthijs de Ligt's mouthpiece, and we'll get into that very soon. He reports that Matthijs de Ligt has given the green light to join Manchester United after direct contact with his camp. That's important. Personal terms are not an issue, as his agent Pimenta is only negotiating with United. It's the priority for the player. United and Bayern Munich are in talks over the deal structure. Again, we spoke about the importance of player wanting to come here, playing for the badge. He is a man who sees United in a turbulent state. It's not certain. Yes, he's got his old manager there, but his old manager was nearly usurped, was nearly thrown out by Ineos. Nearly got rid of completely. But now we're looking at, now Licht's looking at us and he's going, yeah, you know, I back it. I'll go there. I'll help. That's the sort of mentality. He's not in the Champions League. We're in the Europa League. This man could play in the Champions League next season and he is going to choose to come to Manchester United. To me, I mean, he's really winning me over. Matthias de Ligt is really winning me over. But again, chat, do you fancy that? Are you happy that a player like that wants to come to the club after in the past few years? I mean, Frankie de Jong, everybody. Frankie de Jong is something that has caused me long-standing trauma. I've needed therapy to deal with Frankie de Jong. The fact that a player is pushing to come to Manchester United, yeah, it's everything I want. Calafiori should be an alternative, but to Branthwaite, we'll be talking about Jared Branthwaite very, very soon. Some positive things as well. Alternatives to Branthwaite is concerning. We need another centre-back. Let's get de Ligt out the way first. I think another centre-back will be funded by outgoings, and I'm becoming more and more convinced that we can get there. Jack Talbot tweet on Branthwaite. Give me a bit. De Ligt first, guys. De Ligt first. We'll get to him later. Need personality to deal with the pressure. Exactly. The pressure of Manchester United is so strong. Honestly, it is. The shirt weighs 1,000,000 tons. Honestly. Personality is critical. Look at the mess on our right wing. Sancho and Greenwood would be in the squad and we wouldn't have to be looking at new signings as KD. Exactly. Chat, you're speaking my truth today. You're speaking my truth. And I always love when journalists get into war with each other. When they have a little bit of an argument. Let's talk about this, shall we? CF Bayern, Volk, Bayern Munich's personal mouthpiece. Speaking from Bayern Munich's perspective, it's going to become very clear why in a second. In addition to Manchester United, PSG have also contacted Bayern Munich to express their interest in Matthias de Ligt. Now, what that translates to, chat, very simply, is we have no negotiating ground. The player is actively pushing to go to the club. He doesn't want to speak to anyone else. We don't particularly want him anymore. We have not a leg to stand on. Let's bring in some interest. Let's cause a bit of drama. Maybe create a bidding war. Trying to drive his price up, trying to maybe make United rush a bit too much. You should tell what Matthias de Ligt's agent does. So what Pimento does. He goes to Fabrizio Romano. He goes, Romano, put out a report to me. Just squash these rumours. He goes, have reports. There are no other clubs in talks for Matthias de Ligt because the player's focus is on Manchester United. He goes on to say, Matthias de Ligt will not create an issue in the salary negotiation. That's a huge point. That'll make a lot of you happy with Manchester United. The contract will not be a problem. Bomba from Fabrizio Romano, everybody. Absolute bomba. Yeah, that's huge. That is huge. Using PSG to get United to pay more? Well, no. And I know it's from the agent himself because look at what Fabrizio said earlier. He made an exact sort of reference to Pimenta, who is Matthias de Ligt's agent. Whenever you see a direct reference like that, always assume they're in constant contact because they have the balls to go out and say, yeah, Pimenta, he is doing this. Or Kia Jorbachan, he is doing that. We're talking about Zirkzee. Whenever an agent is being mentioned, always assume pretty much it's a direct line, especially with these top tier journalists. They're very careful with their words. They paint the narrative exactly how they want to paint it. And Pimenta is certainly painting the perfect narrative for Matthias de Ligt to Manchester United. He wants the move. Everyone in this chat was moaning at me. They were like, oh, he's going to ask for huge wages. It's not an issue. It's not an issue. Chat, what would you pay wages-wise for Matthias de Ligt? And Jay Walsh saying the experience de Ligt has at 24 years old is mad. It is. It is mental. He is a monster. He has a mentality monster at what? 24? 24? Speaking of 24, that's the number of likes we're on now. If we get to 30 likes in the next few minutes, that would mean the world to me. That's 6 likes away. Please smash that like button, guys. Frankie who? Says Basnet. God. Trying to wipe Frankie de Jong from my memory. God, it's been tough. It's been tough. Woodland says Manuel Ugarte would be perfect in the midfield with Kobe and Bruno. Yeah, I think he can fit there, definitely. Later on, guys, I'm going to be doing a tactical deep dive into what a new look Manchester United would be like, working with you to build the perfect Manchester United squad. 120k max, says Sosa. I think it'll be like 180, 190. We're paying Jared Branthwaite, if he comes to the club, 160, 170,000 pounds, and that's a starting salary. So I think Matthias de Ligt, with his profile, his name, what he'll bring to the club commercially, He'll cost a bit more, but not too much more, hopefully. I think like 180. 180 is fair. 24 years old and a good leader. It can't get any better. Singh makes a good point. Performance-related bonuses. That's how Ineos are operating nowadays. That's how we're pushing. You want to come? Sure. We'll pay you a base salary. If you want to earn what you could have earned 10 years ago with United, act like it. Perform like a United player. Get clean sheets like a United player. Put your body on the line like a United player. Win trophies for Manchester United. That's what we're doing. How much does Lisandro Martinez get? I actually don't know. Chat, could someone find that out for me, please? Don't leave the stream. Don't put your phone down. Get your laptop. Get another thing out. But try and find out how much does Lisandro Martinez get paid. Great signing if he can stay fit. He would be. Absolutely. I was doing a bit more of a deep dive on Ligt. I was watching a lot of football yesterday. I was quite bored. So I was watching a lot of football. And Ligt, oh my God. He's a monster. He puts everything on the line. Strong in the challenge. Goes to ground often, but when necessary. And pulls it off very, very well. Not Aaron Wan-Bissaka-like, but come on. Like, it's powerful. He's not as slow as I thought he was. Matthias de Ligt is powerful in short spaces. He's so good at slide tackles because he just charges into you. He's like a bull, but it's long. He's not a sprinter. No. He's good in 20-yard distances. You go any longer, I have concerns for him. So I think you'd have to be very careful. I think you can't play a high line, but Andre Onana is going to have his work cut out as a sweeper keeper. 2019 season de Ligt, he was a beast. That's when he was in Ajax, wasn't it? And if that's when he was at Ajax, guess who was managing him, chat? Guess who knows how to get the best out of Matthias de Ligt? Who knows his strengths, who knows his weaknesses, who knows everything about him, who brought him up through the academy into the first team, who gave him his chance and made him the youngest ever captain of Ajax. Guess who that is, everyone? Guess who it is? It's the current manager of Manchester United. It is Erik ten Hag. It is a match made in heaven. Chat, I want to say yeses and nos. Are we happy about Matthias de Ligt joining Manchester United? Jay Walsh, de Ligt and Lee Chat as two ball playing centre-backs with Onana behind. Maybe. I think de Ligt is a good enough ball player, but he will need someone like Lisandro Martinez next to him. He will need somebody. I think it is a case of he's a good ball player, but he's not brilliant. And I think unless you want to have Mainu constantly coming deep when he's so good up in the final third. I mean, look at his goals against Liverpool, his goal against City, his goal against Wolves. Everyone saw Mainu was this like first phase progressive sort of player. No one sort of envisioned what he can become. Because of that, I'm more inclined to keep him away from my build-up. Yes, be involved, but I want him involved as an 8, a proper 8. Not a 6-8 hybrid, an 8. And that's why I think you have to pair him with Lisandro Martinez and give him most of the ball. Yes, as Daniel Momo, I'm glad, my friend. Panda, the way de Ligt tackles is exciting to watch. You want to be excited at United. You want to be that high octane, high thrill, the risk taking. Like Manchester United is a club about gambling at the end of the day. We take risk and Matthias de Ligt is a risk. So says Lisandro Martinez on £120,000 a week. No way Branthwaite gets more than that. I disagree. Branthwaite is getting more than that. I think Martinez will get a new deal if he stays fit next season. That's the way I see it. Is Ugarte good at that, at building up? No, he's not. No, he's not. Which is why, chat, I've devised some special ways of playing out from the back and some more sort of formations which we're going to go into very, very soon. So stay around for that. We'll be talking about Harry Maguire very soon and him potentially leaving the club. We're going to be covering the structure of Ineos as well as talking about Jared Branthwaite, everybody. But first, shall we talk about Matthias de Ligt just a little bit more? Who do you think he can partner? Can Matthias de Ligt partner Harry Maguire? Can he partner Lisandro Martinez? If both of them get injured, do we need to bring in another centre-back, chat? Let me know, chat, right now, what you would do with the centre-back situation. To me, I would focus on bringing in, by any means necessary, Matthias de Ligt and Jared Branthwaite. That's what I'd do. Singh says captaining Ajax and knocking Juventus and Madrid out at 19. This is our future captain. I've had a really good tweet saying Matthias de Ligt is an excellent cultural fit for Manchester United. He is. Dad Crow says, you are too positive at the moment. You are also very excited. You need to be more realistic. You know we've been let down by by the past, including players. Mate, I mean, I'm allowed to be excited. I mean, what's Manchester United is built on hope. It is a new system. It is a new regime. We have got the best in class throughout the structure who are bringing in the best in class players. Matthijs de Ligt is a best in class player. I think he can be world class. I think he can be world class. So look, that's Ducko. I disagree with you. Chat, let me know. Can we have hope at Manchester United? Dan Ashworth has come in. We brought in Christopher Vivell, a man who has been hand chosen by City's former CEO Omar Barada. We've got Sir Jim Ratcliffe. We've got former City men. We've got Jason Wilcox. Chat, can we have hope under this new structure? Let me know. Should we be excited or should I be a bit more pessimistic? But chat, also let me know about this centre-back position. See who's better on the ball, Fred or Ugarte. Ugarte is better. Manuel Ugarte is better. Also, I think that's how I'm saying his name. I might be wrong. I'm excited as United forever. I agree. But no, Ugarte is better on the ball. Ugarte is better on the ball, which makes me... I thought they were very similar. I've watched more of him. I'm happier to say that, yeah, I'd have him on the ball. I think he's a sixth man, though, if any of you lot know NBA terms. We'll get into that a bit later, though. We got to be positive, otherwise what's the point? Exactly, Alex. Exactly. You've got a great name, by the way. You've got a great name. Basner, either Maguire or Lindelof needs to go, and we need to sign a left-footed centre-back like Inacio. Chat, we're talking about Harry Maguire in just a second. Who would you rather sell at the football club this summer? Harry Maguire or Victor Lindelof? I'm going to put a poll in the chat. I'm intrigued to see who you would sell. To me, it'd be Lindelof. 100 times out of 100. I think Harry Maguire has a role to play at Manchester United in the future. And shall we talk about Maguire? He's a favourite subject on the channel. We always have a lovely little argument in the chat. Shall we speak about him while the poll is going on? Alex Crook from TalkSport put out a report saying yesterday Manchester United are willing to cash in on Harry Maguire this summer. He has admirers in Italy. First of all, if he goes to Italy, regardless of whether I wanted to or not, regardless of the price, he will thrive in Italy. Big physical centre-backs always do well there. He's an excellent ball player. He'd fit in well at an Inter. Imagine him under Inzaghi, Inter Milan. He would be incredible. Imagine him under Conte. Imagine him under Thiago Motta as well at Juventus. God, so many possibilities for him. So many possibilities. Let's make this signing a good one. I think De Ligt's going to be a good signing, chat. He's got my endorsement. However little that means, Matthijs de Ligt is Alex Talks all approved. If we can't get excited about new signings, what's the point? Every signing is a risk, but we celebrate them and hope for the best. Back your players. Back the manager. Back the board. It's a new era. There's never been a better time to get behind this football club than right now. Never been a better time. Victor Lindelof, easy. Maguire, Lindelof is better. Maguire has more market value. That I agree with. Hunyan, that I agree with. Ayudu says we need an experienced striker. I mean, we're looking at Joshua Zirkzee. We'll talk about him very soon. Sell both Cambuala and Evans. Evans is saying for another year, which to me is a stroke of genius, personally. Cambuala should go to the Championship. Cambuala should go to the Championship. Lindelof is better. Chat! Who's a better centre-back, Victor Lindelof or Harry Maguire? Let me know. Let me know. Premium says, welcome back to the channel, my friend. Nice to see you. Maguire will leave. A transfer activity point towards that outcome. Let's see how it plays out. I mean, I have a rogue opinion on who we should sell from the back line this summer, which is someone nobody has mentioned. He's not a centre-back. He's not a centre-back. We'll get onto that in a second. Bazinga says, why not Ricardo Calafiori? I think we're priced out. I think we're priced out at Calafiori. I think Arsenal and Chelsea want him, and I think we won't win that race. I think if it goes to next summer and we get through into the and we have Champions League football, yeah, sure. I say go for Calafiori, but not yet. Not yet. Don't think Maguire wants to stay as backup anymore. I think he wants to fight for his place. Personally. Keep Cambuala and Evans as backups and sign two centre-backs. Then we have a million centre-backs. And we want depth. We want good depth. Harry Maguire is good enough to be a depth player at Manchester United. He's good enough. Lindelof, more pace? Barely, mate. He can pass decent between the lines. So can Harry. Harry Maguire is a top centre-back. He is a top centre-back. Also, I think Lindelof is off to Turkey. I think he's off to Turkey, chat. We will sell Maguire's better value. I mean, speaking about a player with value, and I mean, this has been spoken about in the chat before. If I were to sell anyone from the back line this summer to fund a move for Branthwaite per se, alongside deals like Jadon Sancho or Mason Greenwood, I would sell, and I came to this conclusion yesterday, I would sell Luke Shaw, not Harry Maguire, not Victor Lindelof. I would sell Luke Shaw to bring in Jarrad Branthwaite, because I think with Jarrad Branthwaite and Matthijs de Ligt, it would revolutionise, genuinely, the way Manchester United play football. I think it would follow the way City's playing, the way Arsenal's playing. It would be super modern, super progressive. Let me know how you feel about that, chat. Would you sell Luke Shaw to bring in Jarrad Branthwaite this summer? And guys, we are 7 likes away from 40 likes. It would mean the world to me if you could smash that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. 65% of you aren't subscribed. I'm here every day at 11 a.m. Please get involved down below. We all agree. Seriously. You lot would sell Shaw? Really? Wow. No one would want Shaw. A lot of people would want Luke Shaw. Italy would love him. Italy would love him. Shaw needs to go to WY. Premium, honestly, Maguire is good enough to be a star at a mid-table club. We are still mid-table, but that's not where we want to be. Perfectly fine if he stays, but I can see him moving on. I think that's fair. He is a good squad piece. He's a really good squad piece, as Harry Maguire. He's a really good squad piece. Then Masters at left-back, then Jack. We'll be getting into that very soon, Olakatan. I will be showing you guys how I think Manchester United should be lining up in this rather sort of complex system, but we're going through it together, working it out. You can disagree with me, throw your suggestions. We are building a squad together, chat. Lachlan, that was an unexpected turn, I know. I think Luke Shaw is a top 20 player in the world, but I think he needs to go to fund the future of Manchester United, to fund Jarrad Branthwaite. It makes sense. If we could, I'd keep Shaw for another year and bring in Branthwaite. I wouldn't sell Shaw, exactly, but I don't think we can generate the funds this summer to bring in Jarrad Branthwaite. But Graham Bailey on the mufcMPB show with Anil Condola. If you haven't seen that, check that out. Anil is great. Graham's great. It's a great interview. So much news there. He said Manchester United want Jadon Sancho and Mason Greenwood's departures to be completed before the squad return for pre-season training on July 8th. The club don't want either player back for pre-season, and neither of the players want to return. Chat, how are we feeling about that? How are we feeling? Leaving both those going off, to me it makes sense. Both players don't exactly either have the attitude or have the sort of reputation to be playing at the club anymore. Look, I just think it's such a shame, because I have a lot of fondness of Jadon, but both of them could fetch together like £60 million. That's enough to buy Jarrad Branthwaite. Chat, let me know, would you sell Jadon Sancho and Mason Greenwood to fund a move for Everton's young Jarrad Branthwaite? Let me know. Milos Kirk is in to see it. I know. With Amas coming through the ranks, I think bringing in another left-back, another pure left-back, makes no sense. It makes no sense. What happened to Malacia? He's still there. He's still there somehow. He's not dead. He is alive. Yeah, United forever. He is alive. Don't need to put Lisandro Martinez on left-back. Malacia is not good enough, I don't think, anymore to start week in, week out. I think a huge year of his development has been taking off on him. And chat, we're going to be ending the poll on Maguire and Lindelof. And it starts off very Lindelof heavy, but it's Harry Maguire who you think should be sold this. Actually, no, 50-50. Ended at 50-50. Good God. Good God. You'd give Sancho and Greenwood away for free? I wouldn't. I would not give Sancho and Greenwood away for free. They can bring in £60 million between the two. No, Branthwaite ain't worth that much. He is. I promise you he is. I promise you. We are in competition with City for Branthwaite. Time to move on and get someone else instead. I implore you, chat, who would you rather have as a replacement, as an alternative, for Jarrad Branthwaite? Don't say Inácio. He's not much different from Lindelof. He's not much better. We need to walk away from Everton. The deal's on pause. The deal's frozen, essentially, is what it is. The deal's on pause. Good riddance, says Hunyan. I mean, I won't say that about Shaw. And you lot are upset about me saying he's top 20 in the Premier League, even the world. I mean, I'm not going to discuss that because I don't think it'll go down very well for me. But yeah, who would you rather bring in? Inacio? Tobibo? Question mark. Singh says, sell Luke, no chance. I think he is the best left back in the world when fit. He needs a reliable backup. My problem is Singh, he's getting older. He could have a testimonial at the club now, Luke Shaw. He's been at the club for 10 years. Been at the club for 10 years, everybody. So I think it might be time to move on somewhat soon. It might be time. And like speaking of Ligt, speaking of our first signing of the summer, Samuel Luck has just said we are hopeful of signing Matista Ligt. Again, all positive news around Ligt, guys. All positive news. I mean, need to use that Sancho and Greenwood front, another attacking player, maybe Mateus Cunha. I think there's more. I think that oddly enough, there's some really good cheap options in the winger positions, in the forward positions. Mateus Cunha. No, not Mateus Cunha, sorry. Like a Desiree Doué. You don't need to splash out 50, 60 million pounds on a Mateus Cunha. You can bring in a like a Branthwaite and like just make Ahmad have a stronger role in the squad. That's the way I'd say it. Let's get a full profile on Tobibo. Chat, do you want a full profile on Tobibo? Well, let's speak about the current legality situation. Graham Bailey on the latest video spoke about Tobibo's situation and how there is legal work being done behind the scenes to try and bring him to Manchester United. West Ham put a €35 million bid in, which got rejected, which is quite funny because we would sell him to United for £25 million, which I find really rather funny. I think it would cost like £50 million for West Ham to sign Tobibo, to be honest with you. But for United with Tobibo, he is a good ball player. You know what? He's good. In everything, he's good. He is an okay to good box defender. He is a good ball playing centre back. Like, he's good with his feet, good with both feet. He's got decent acceleration. He's not the fastest player in the world. He is very simply a good centre back. That's what he is. I think he's a rotation piece. I don't think he's a long-term starter for United. But like Ugarte, I wouldn't mind bringing him in almost as a good stopgap for a season, building in that squad depth, building up that physical ceiling, that physical floor, sorry, and then buying a straight out-and-out starter later on. That's, to me, that's Tobibo for me. That's Tobibo. What's the point of being the best left back in the world when you can't represent your country and club when they need you the most? That's my issue with Shaw. That's my issue with Shaw. We shipping Anthony to China? I bloody well hope so, mate. I hope so, pal. I really, really hope so. Maguire 2.0. Who's that about? Is that about De Ligt or Tobibo? Master, let me know. Let me know. I heard we want to swap Højlund to Napoli for Osimhen. I wouldn't trade Rasmus Højlund for Victor Osimhen. Have fun with that one, chat. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Not a chance. Bring back Pellistri, playing well at Copa America. Sell one-footed Anthony. I think Pellistri wants to leave. I think he's been disillusioned by the club. Like too many players in recent years have been given false promises. I think every player at United has been promised falsely. They've been lied to. They've been led astray. They've been led on. Pellistri will just want to leave. They'll just want to leave. But chat, in a second, we'll be moving on to a tactical breakdown of a new look Manchester United side. How does Jared Branthwaite fit in with Matista Ligt? Say we sign him. And I'm sort of working on that assumption. My dream team for next year features Jared Branthwaite, features De Ligt, features Ugarte. And we'll be seeing how a new look United could be looking like next season. Trevor Chalobah as a rotational centre-back. Thoughts? Maybe. Maybe. Sedem says, why not, Alex? Why not? Well, Victor Osimhen is a top striker. He's a top striker. He costs, I don't know, regardless of cost, I think he's a monster. I think he can score goals for fun. The problem is, I think Rasmus Højlund will score more goals. I think his profile is more versatile. I think he's a better outlet. I think his physical profile is exceptional. I think he's more agile. I think he can create his own shot a bit better in the long run. He's got a great nose for goal. Victor Osimhen's probably better in the air, but I back Højlund better on both feet. It's like, I think Højlund's potential exceeds Osimhen's current ability in his prime. That's my point about Højlund. Both aren't great. What? Osimhen's fantastic. They're both fantastic players. Like, Rasmus Højlund scored double-digit Premier League goals in his first season, yet gets clowned on, even though he played in a very dysfunctional system. Got asked to play a role he wasn't familiar with, nor is suited to playing. He's an outlet. He's not a back-to-goal striker. Joshua Zirkzee is being brought in, hopefully, to be that back-to-goal striker. Look, it's very, very different. I think, no, they're both fantastic players. We lack a player who can provide width in the final third. Amad Diallo. You're going to love Amad Diallo, my friend. If you think we have no one who can provide width, I can't wait for you to see him. Rashford ain't young. He's not. The Ligt done today, Alex? I don't think so. I would be surprised if Matthijs de Ligt is done today. And guys, we've reached 40 likes. Thank you so much for your support so far. Can we try and hit 50 likes? And if we manage to do that, I will do a big old tactical breakdown on Manchester United next season. The new look, the zenith of what we can achieve next season, and how I think we should be lining up. Højlund is going to become a beast, I agree, especially under Ruud van Nistelrooy. Remember that, chat? Ruud van Nistelrooy is teaching Rasmus Højlund. Do you know how mental that is? It makes me really giddy. It makes me really, really giddy. Rasmus scored 16 with very little service. That will change next season. You know what? Rasmus Højlund did have service, but I'm going to be quite honest. His movement sucked last season. He sucked. His movement sucked. He wasn't good enough. And Ruud van Nistelrooy will be able to teach that to him. If anyone can, trust me, Ruud van Nistelrooy can. Ruud van Nistelrooy can teach him how to make good movement. And speaking of a striker coming in, Joshua Zirkzee. Let's chat him for a second. Fabrizio Romano said Manchester United have been in active talks with Joshua Zirkzee's camp this week, discussing contract terms. United's board are discussing internally about it. AC Milan are still not giving the green light on the commissions. Chat, do you know what this is? This is boring. It's boring news. So what it actually translates to and what's actually happening is not hearing anything about Zirkzee, because he won't make a decision until after the Euros. I think I've come to that conclusion. If by magic we now learn that Zirkzee is going to come to United tomorrow and he's made his mind up, great news. I'm excited. But no, Joshua Zirkzee is going to wait till the Euros is done. So, look, I think it's boring news, it's boring me, and I'm going to be speaking very little about Joshua Zirkzee apart from what he can add to a system from now on, because I think any noise we hear now is just pandering. It's just filling in the news cycle. That's all it is. And it's not the journalists' fault. They're being fed this news. They're asking. When they hear news, they're going to report it. I just don't think there's ever any actual substance there, or any change, to be honest. The prospect of Zirkzee gives me goosebumps. We have to get it done. He can provide so much to Manchester United. Joshua Zirkzee could do so much to us. I want Jared Branthwaite in so much with Matthijs de Ligt because of the versatility and what we can do at the football club. We could be so good with those guys. The build-up could be, I'm very excited. Kyle Duncan, that's harsh, Alex. Rasmus made runs, but nobody can find him. That's very, very harsh. I don't think so, because the same lads could find Ronaldo, could find Edison Cavani. It's not like they haven't looked at Rasmus Højlund and gone, yeah, no, we're not going to pass you the ball. We don't want to give it to you. When they've been giving it to Cavani, when they've been giving it to Ronaldo, when they've been giving it to Martial, these same lads who have scored 20-plus goal seasons or been prolific in front of goal. Like, we gave Ronaldo a really good season. As you can see, he's declining, and these boys gave him goal after goal. So there is service for Rasmus Højlund. I just don't think he's exactly been there, but he's young. He's going to learn. Just saw De Ligt ragdolling Martinelli, bring him in. Oh, God, yeah. Who's a player who you would most want on an opposition side for Matthijs de Ligt to run through next season, chat? If you could ask him to just clatter into somebody, the full force, the 6'3", 4" monster, the man that he is, who would you want him to clatter into? Why is Zirkzee getting this much hype? This is what happened to Højlund. Zirkzee is a different profile. He's a 6'4" monster. He can hold off players. He's a big boy. Pass around the back nicely. Really good at facilitating players. Different profile to Rasmus Højlund. We could play in a different way. Yeah, I want him. I want Joshua Zirkzee. Chat, Rasmus Højlund, Joshua Zirkzee. like rotating options with Marcus Rashford behind him. What a wonderful idea that is, chat. What a wonderful idea. You've done the potential next season lineup lots of times, though. I'm talking about it differently, WI. Talking about it differently. And I've got some graphics here instead. I've got some graphics. I'm trying something out. What would you rather have? Netherlands go out so we can get the deal done, or we go out or they go all the way and Zirkzee scores 6 goals? Get them knocked out. Get them knocked out. I'm sorry. I want Joshua Zirkzee at my football club. I want him early. I want him injury-free. I want him in good spirits. I want him to have a full pre-season. Yeah, I'd quite like Joshua Zirkzee to knock out. I'm also not Dutch. So, I'm English, chat. So, yeah, that's it at the end of the day. Alex, he gets the least touches most games. That's not all on him. Ronaldo is demanding, so the players know he'll bollock them when Ronaldo doesn't get the ball. Rasmus needs that demand. He was demanding, though. Near the end of the season, there were lots of people pointing the finger at Rasmus Højlund saying, oh, you're demanding too much. You're pouting too much. You're shouting too much. He should be doing that. He should be chatting like that. So it's like, he's doing everything Ronaldo did. I just think his runs need to be a little bit more refined. I think he will get there. Lachlan Charles says, hypothetically, would you rather win the Europa League or get knocked out in the Champions League semi-final? Win me the Europa League. I want a trophy, chat. I want a trophy. At least like the next 2 seasons, I'd rather win a trophy than get to a Champions League semi-final. And then after that, go for the semi-finals. Get experience under these boys' belt. Win trophies. Win. Winning is the name of the game at United. It's the name of the game. I'm currently looking forward to Zirkzee and Garnacho link up. Oh, Alejandro Garnacho with Joshua Zirkzee. Chat, we're going to be feasting. Also, what do we think? Joshua Zirkzee, who's he going to improve the most? Actually, you know what? Here's a question for all of you. Matthijs de Ligt, Joshua Zirkzee. I want to hear from you lot. Who do you lot think is going to be the players who benefit from the most from their arrival? Is it an Alejandro Garnacho? Is it a Marcus Rashford? Alessandro Martinez and Andre Onana? Let me know, what do we think? And can we please push for 60 likes today, guys? I'd love to break our all-time like target of 60. We've never quite hit it before on stream. I'd love to hit it today. While we're discussing that, let's get into the lineup breakdown. But first, Phil says, mate, sell sure. Love your enthusiasm. Cheers, pal. But he's the best footballer in the squad, and his injuries mean he has no sell value. So why sell him for peanuts? I don't think he has no sell value. I think you can get good money for sure. I think a lot of top clubs will look at him. I just think we haven't thought about selling because we don't want to. But I'm going to put something on the screen, everybody. Hopefully this works. Can we all see that? Zirkzee is better than Højlund. Oh, I don't know. Maybe Rashford or Bruno will improve. I think Bruno will love playing with Joshua Zirkzee. Joshua Zirkzee will make the most difference, I think. He'll make the most difference. I think the Ligt will solidify the side. But when it comes to improving other players, that's going to be Joshua Zirkzee's job. Can we see that on the screen, chat? Can we see it on the screen? We can see it. Wonderful. So in my opinion, this is how I would line up out of possession next season at United. That's our defensive structure, how I would go. Matthijs de Ligt, he's brilliant because he will win everything in the air. Remember, this is if we sign Branthwaite, de Ligt and Ugarte. And chat, just to let you know, Højlund, Garnacho, Ahmad, I think are all can be alternative. Like you could bring in a Rashford in there, Zirkzee to be up top for Højlund. That's what I go with it. That's just out of possession. I have Branthwaite, and chat, I want to ask you a question. Who would you rather play at left back? Branthwaite or Lisandro Martinez? Let me know. Who would you rather play at left back? Because there's 2 sides to the coin here. Jared Branthwaite is a really rapid wide channel defender. He's quicker than Lisandro Martinez. He has experience playing there. So does Ligt. I think I'd put him out at left back because I think he'd be better at defending against, say, Jeremy Doku, say Mohamed Salah, a Bukayo Saka comes running at him. Say you have a Pedro Neto. Say those players start running at him. I'd rather have Branthwaite there than Lisandro Martinez. And I also think with balls coming into the box, Garnacho comes back, he tracks that player, and Branthwaite would be an excellent box defender. I think they can rotate as well. I'd rather play Dalot. No, not a left back. Not a chance. They're both centre-backs, lol, said WY. Well, let me explain something to you, mate. City, Nathan Ake, centre-back. He plays left-back. Josko Vardiol, he's practically a left wing-back nowadays. Like, that's my thing. It's like centre-backs are the new left-backs. That's where they play. Like, Arsenal plays Ben White at right-back. I mean, please refrain from those makeshift positioning, having Branthwaite on left-back, etc. You can tell that to Mikel Arteta, to Pep Guardiola. Like, that's what football is doing nowadays. That's what is happening. We are pushing these centre-backs outside, these really physical monsters, so they can do it. And that's what Jared Branthwaite is. He is a physical monster who is quick enough to defend those wide channels. Matthijs de Ligt has the build for it, but he's not quick enough. He's not agile enough. He can't spin his body. I think against some sides who maybe have a less threatening right winger, say Lisandro Martinez comes up against the Jack Grealish right winger equivalent, then you push Branthwaite inside, and he's a better box defender. But I also think you can rotate them. So that's how I would pair up out of possession. I think that works as well. I think Bruno's a good enough presser. I think all of those are hard enough working. But again, out of possession, it's really quite simple. Apart from the back line configuration, like, I don't really enough to really put them, to really organise them properly. In possession, I'm a bit better, but out of possession, I'm a bit fearful of putting anyone anywhere. As long as we're compact, I think that can work. Joe Gomez plays at left back and right back. Exactly. Chat, I don't know why we're going on about like Dan Burn. You can play centre backs at left backs nowadays, chat. You can play them there. Add someone left back is what Ten Hag has been doing, mate. There's a fair point. No, I'll concede that. But it is Anthony. De Ligt should be this week, surely, with Bayern wanting Jonathan Tah. That's true. Alex, Ten Hag not going to start Ahmad. Yeah, I can live in hope. But like I said, I think Ahmad can rotate for Rashford. You can swap Garnacho on that wing. I think it's very fluid, the wingers and the striker. I think you can be quite good there. Lisandro Martinez is an inverted fullback. It's funny you say that, my friend. It's funny you say that, because let's go to one of the in possession. Here we go. Speaking about inverted left back, here is how I would play Lisandro Martinez as an inverted left back, chat. Here's how I do it. Ooh, hello, it's gone away. Is it still there? Is it still there? I think it is. I would have said send big ball loans to Nice, but we're allowed. Yeah, no, we can't send them to Nice. We're in the same competition, unfortunately. Which to me is bonkers, and we have legal people looking at it. It's good. Can we all see that, chat, by the way? Can we all see that? Martinez is never playing left back. He is, if you have the right players around him. Ten Hag's fear around using Martinez as a left back or a 6 in the Premier League is that he didn't think that he had the physicality to play there. If you have the physicality around Lisandro Martinez, I think he can thrive. The way this sort of suits up to me is my problem with Mainu and Ugarte is that playing them in a pivot is really quite a dangerous thing, because Kobbie Mainoo has the ability to affect every area of the pitch. When he first came through, everyone was like, oh, he's a deep-lying 6. He's going to progress really well. He can maybe one day be a lone 6 on his own. That's where everyone saw his potential to be. He can progress the ball, great first-place player. But ever since that goal against Wolves, he's grown and grown in confidence. He has got an excellent mind around the box. Remember that pass he played to Amad Diallo? That Ahmad ball to Mainu. That now is being in around the box. The third man runs. The goal against City. The goal against Liverpool. He has the ability to score lots of goals for United. So restricting him to a double pivot with Ugarte, which you'll have to do because Ugarte isn't good enough to play on his own as a 6, I think is a waste. So inverting Lisandro Martinez, having him in a double pivot alongside Ugarte, pushing Mainu forward, that to me works the best. Chat, what do we think of that? Am I going bonkers? Do you think it's fair? I think that it's more than doable. Pushing Onana up, having him be another Mandan build-up. Dalot is more than capable. He's done it for Portugal. He can be a right centre-back. He can do that. Branthwaite's capable of being a left-sided centre-back. De Ligt is a great central centre-back. He's done that so many times. To me, that works out a build-up. My only fear with this, to be honest, is Alejandro Garnacho, more specifically, Marcus Rashford. Because what do you do with him when it comes to having a runner on the outside of them? Because both players, more so Rashford, really like an overlapping fullback. Really like an overlapping fullback. And that system doesn't really provide them with one. Not a natural one. Martinez can make that run. But can Lisandro Martinez be a good enough attacking fullback? Chat, let me know. Let me know. See you, Lachlan. Hope you have a good one, mate. Mastermind tactics. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not too sure about that. We are far more effective with Ligt as the central centre-back and Dalot inverting. Ooh, so would you... I don't mind that. So would you have De Ligt as the right centre-back then, mate? Would you have... No, but I don't think so. I think that... Oh... Is that what you do? You'd put De Ligt out as a right centre-back? Because I disagree. Dalot is better going forward. But we haven't seen Lisandro Martinez in that system. And I have another system I'm going to show you a lot in a second. We'll compare the two. But Lisandro Martinez as a 6 there, I think he is good enough to perform that role. At least in my opinion. I mean, we haven't even seen him there. But imagine him building out a play in the play, him shifting into midfield, him on the half turn. He can definitely do it. He's more than capable. He is the most press-resistant player I've ever seen at Manchester United. At least, which I can remember properly. Like, remember, I'm 20, guys. Don't shoot me. Pogba maybe, or Matic. Even then, we haven't seen Martinez. Chat, let me know how we're feeling about this. And we're also 2 likes away from 50 likes. It would mean the world to me if we could hit that today, chat. Honestly, your support today has been incredible. Yeah, I'd have De Ligt as the right centre-back. Yeah, I see it. There's no way Martinez plays left-back because he can't get up and down the pitch like that. I agree. That's why I don't have him there. That's why I'm having him inversing. Left-hand side will be so unbalanced. Not with Branthwaite. I think the thing is, this works because even with Martinez being sort of not a physical ground-eating monster, I think Branthwaite is... See you tomorrow, Alex. Hope you have a good one. A 3-1-6, says Carl Duncan. I'll create a lineup tomorrow for a 3-1-6. Keep that in mind. I'll make that in my notes now. I could see it. Cheers for the 50 likes, by the way. I'll make that for tomorrow and see what I can make. But we'll throw in the final thing of the stream today. Please don't go anywhere, guys, as we go into the last shape we're going to be looking at. Here we go, everybody. The final shape. Hopefully we can see that. To me, this is the most creative thing I've done. It's the most creative thing I feel. De Ligt will be perfect for Ten Hag's system. Absolutely. Absolutely he would. Sancho and Ugarte can shield the defence while Dalot can take a more advanced position. Oh, in that previous system? I mean, that's sort of what I've done here. I mean, we've got Lisandro Martinez being that attacking fullback. I mean, you probably could, in this system, swap Lisandro Martinez and Branthwaite around. And have Branthwaite as a wide left-back sort of contributing to attacking play. But even then, I think Lisandro Martinez is a bit better going forward. So that's why I sort of push him up. Chat, what do we think about that? It does limit Mainu. It does limit Mainu a little bit. Because again, he's more focused on that first field of possession. But say you keep Martinez and Dalot even more. You have a really narrow build-up structure. You could push Mainu up a little bit. But yeah, what do you think about that, chat? I like Dalot as a midfielder, to be fair. He's been really good when inverting. And I think there is a system which works, which I was thinking about, where you do have Dalot almost as like a right, backup forward. I don't like it. I mean, I hate making FIFA comparisons, but you know, the right forward position. It's one of the easiest way to explain it. Sort of playing off the main striker. That's how I'd see it. He can play there. He's done it before. I remember that goal which he scored, which Anthony assisted him for. He makes that running across, that diagonal run and slots it in. He's very capable of striking a football. Very capable. So, Dalot going further forward is something I need to consider. Especially if we sign a Frimpong. Because all of the systems I've been suggesting here have been very attacking heavy with the fullback. I swapped Ligt and Branthwaite. Why? Why, KD? I'm intrigued. Why? I want to hear your thoughts. Dalot is so technical, he's good anywhere. I agree. Lisandro Martinez is more technical. it's a blessing having these technically talented players, but you have to think who's going to bring the most value to a role. Dalot will bring value to like a midfield position, an inverted fullback. You can only really invert one fullback at a time, unless you want to be really brave like City do it. But I don't think we're technically secure. And I don't think Ugarte is technically secure. Completely forgot that we bought Mason Mount. But Mount can come in anywhere here. Mount can come in. In this system, to be fair, I would drop, if I was to do this system on the screen, I would have Zirkzee in for Højlund, I'd have Garnacho in for Rashford, and Ahmad in for Garnacho. That's how I do it. That's how I do it. That to me makes the most sense. It makes use. It allows Dalot to go further forward. Ahmad can sort of sit deep. I mean, yeah. I think it does work. And that system can so easily shift into so many other things as well. Like the profiles we have on... The reason why I'm advocating for Branthwaite so much, and why I'm focusing so much on him in this stream, is the versatility. In this system, he's building out from the back. He's building out from the back. And he's good enough to do so. In the other system, he's a wide centre-back. We're suggesting he can play a left-back overlapping. In others, he can be a left-back out of possession defensively. He can be a central centre-back. He can be a left centre-back. He can be a right centre-back. That's the beauty of Jarrad Branthwaite. You really want him in the side for that. That versatility is why I think you would sell Luke Shaw to bring him in, because you can't do this sort of stuff with Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is the best left-back in the league, but traditional left-backs, whether we like it or not, are going out of fashion. And you know what? I want to get on the trend. I want to be hip. I want to be trendy. I want to be trendy. To be honest, Ahmad needs a player overlapping because he isn't the running behind player, and Dalot can cross well for options in the box. Garnacho prefers taking on a man, so he won't need someone overlapping. Yeah, I agree. In that system, I would have Ahmad on the right. I would. System on the screen, I would have Ahmad on the right. Shaw was what needs to be replaced. He's just injured, mate. He's just injured, Mark. With Ugarte, Bruno and Mainu between attack and defence will be magic. I have a question about Ugarte, chat. Do you see him as your long-term number 6? As your long-term number 6, is Ugarte your man? Because to me, he isn't. He is the perfect upgrade on Fred. The perfect upgrade. He is, in my opinion, in the future, a 6th man. You bring him on the 60th. If something's not working, you want to break up some play, you want a bundle of energy, you want a really powerful ball carrier, that's when you bring in a Manuel Ugarte in the 60th. He is not a long-term number 6 for Manchester United because he can't be a number 6 on his own. Rodri can at City. Declan Rice can at Arsenal. You're going to have Romeo Lavia at Chelsea. At Liverpool, you had Fabinho. At Barcelona, you have... you're Romeo of all people. In all the top sides in Europe, all the Champions League winning sides, Real Madrid, you've got Tchouaméni, you had Casemiro, you had Kroos. In all the top Champions League sides, you need a number 6 who can be a lone pivot. I think it really is necessary. Manuel Ugarte isn't that, but for now, I think these systems really does complement Ugarte. Comparing it to Insane, I think it's not Insane. They're a similar profile. Ugarte is miles better. He's more technically secure, more powerful, better physical profile, better runner of the ball. But I do think he is a similar profile. I do think he is. Ooh. Premium says Ugarte is more like Ander Herrera. Fred left his brains in the dressing room more often than not. Yeah, I agree. Katie, no, Ugarte is good for now. As we get better as a team, we'll need a 6 that can make more progressive passes and not just a destroyer. That I agree with as well. Never's at number 6. I mean, that is the future. Chat, I've really enjoyed the stream today. If you're still with me at the end of this, please hit the subscribe button and smash the like button as well. We're aiming for 60 likes on today's stream. Can we hit that before we end? One more minute. Any last thoughts? I'm here every day at 11 a.m. Make sure to check out the start of the stream if you've just joined. Any last opinions, chat? Any last opinions? I'll quickly plug myself. Follow me at Alex Talksall on Instagram, TikTok, and X. Follow mufcMPB on X as well to never miss a piece of United news, and hit the subscribe button. Over 65% of you aren't subscribed, and if you lasted this long into the video, you still haven't subscribed. What are you doing? Get involved. I'm here every day at 11 a.m. Chat, is there anything else to say? Is there anything else? Big up Alex, man. De Ligt incoming, and let's get a move on. I agree with you completely, my friend. Matthijs de Ligt, been the focal point of today. Thank you for joining me for my tactical masterclass. I'll see you boys in the next one. See you tomorrow. Good stream. Good stream.